All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel. Today is going to be our Google Display Network advertising tutorial updated for 2018. It'll also be relevant for 2017 if you're watching it at the end of 2017, probably into 2019 if you're still watching it. What we want to go over today is basically how to set up display advertising, some best practices to follow, the different targeting options you have, and some of the different ad types you have. Before we get into anything, there's going to be 4 URLs, and we're also going to link to our playlist. But we have a bunch of other Google Display Network advertising tutorials that will help you. So, 4 of the ones that you want to look at are our Google AdWords Display Planner tutorial, the different Google Display Network ad types that are available, Google AdWords remarketing tutorial, and our Google Gmail ads tutorial. So we'll have all 4 of those URLs in the description for this video, as well as a link to the playlist. So you can watch all of those videos. We're going to reference some of those videos throughout the video. So it's good to watch them and good to see those tutorials as well. They'll help you. So to get started with the display network, the first thing you need for your campaign is some type of goal. You don't just want a campaign with no goal attached. So for us, what we're going to be doing to make it a little more simple is we're going to be sending all of our traffic to this page. It's our surfsideppc.com/newsletter page. So it says newsletter and free giveaway. So sign up for the Surfside PPC newsletter for a free ebook. So if you go to this page, you can sign up as well. You just go to surfsideppc.com/newsletter. When people fill out their information, what's going to happen is it's going to come over, they're going to come over here to this page, surfsideppc.com/confirm. So it's just going to say, please confirm your email address. Thank you for signing up. And in Google Analytics, I've set up a goal completion for that page, confirm. If you're not sure how to do this, again, we have a tutorial how to set up Google Analytics goals and import them as Google AdWords conversions. Again, that's another tutorial you want to look at. So when people hit that confirm page, it's going to hit back into Google Analytics, and it's going to show the different number of goal completions per day. So we just set this up so we're just getting a few goal completions every day. So every time someone hits that page, we can assume that someone signed up for our email newsletter. And the numbers do match, so we have a little bit less of people that have total confirmed, but this is a pretty similar number to what we have. So what you want to do is make sure when you're in AdWords, the first thing you want to do is, so when you sign into adwords.google.com, you might come into the overview screen. You want to click on the campaign screen, but what we're going to do is click on the wrench up here in the top right corner, and we're going to come down to conversions under measurement. So all of your different conversions that you're going to have for your campaigns are going to be stored here. So if you have a Shopify website, you might have sales here. For us, we basically just drive leads. So it might be a contact form, it might be a lead form with our newsletter. So these are both Google Analytics goals, and the one that we're going to be optimizing for is newsletter and giveaway. So basically, every time someone hits this confirm page, what's going to happen is it's going to link here in Google Analytics. So every time someone hits it, and then since we have our analytics and AdWords accounts linked, it's going to have the goal fire back here as well, so that we can actually tie it to separate campaigns and things like that. So if we go back here, so let's just get started with the campaigns here. I'm going to try to go through this as quickly as possible. There's a lot to learn with the display network. When you come into adwords.google.com, set up your account, set up billing. If you haven't done that already, it might put you into this overview screen, but you just want to click on campaigns down here to the left. So we've already clicked on it. So we're here. It should show all your campaigns. And then you just want to see this big blue campaign button. We want to click on that. So again, we're going to be clicking on display network here. We have tutorials for all of these basically, except we're working on an app tutorial, and shopping we're working on as well. But search, display, and video, we have tutorials for you. So again, this is why we want to have some type of goal. So you should be in one of these top ones up here. So if you have like an e-commerce website, you want to make sure you have everything tracked into Google Analytics for your conversion tracking. Like for example, if you're running Shopify or BigCommerce or any of these, or Volusion, any of these different types of platforms, they make it very easy to just have everything there for you. So for us, it's going to be leads. So leads is pretty popular. Anytime someone fills out a form or visits a specific page that you want them to visit, something like that. So some of these other ones are going to be a little bit more branding related. Website traffic, again, it's not bad to send website traffic, but you're better off trying to drive leads. Like, I don't just want to drive website traffic to this page. I want people to come in, enter their name, their email, click sign up, and then come to this confirm page. Because if I just get 100 people to come to this page every day and leave my website, it's not really worth anything to me. I need at least some leads or something like that. So we have display network, and we're going to click on leads here. So now you have campaign subtype. So it's going to be a standard display campaign. Again, you can check out our Gmail tutorial. You want to enter your business website here. So for us, obviously, it's surfsideppc.com. They'll give you some more targeting ideas, keyword ideas, and things like that based on your website. Okay, so this is loaded now. So now we're going to enter our campaign name, and we're going to go through everything that you need to keep in mind as you're building your display campaigns. So our campaign name is going to be free ebook offer. Since that's basically what we're offering, it's going to be free ebook offer is going to be the name of our campaign. And then what we can do is for our first campaign, we're going to be targeting intent in market audiences. So I'm just going to do in market audiences. So we can separate out our campaigns by targeting, and I'm going to show you that here. You want to separate out them out into different campaigns rather than different ad groups. Locations, whatever areas you're targeting, you can adjust this as you wish. We're going to target the entirety of the United States, so we'll just keep this wide open. Any languages you need to do, so English is our only language. If you have, there's a lot of different options here if you serve any other languages. Our bid strategy is going to be a manual CPC. Eventually, we want to get to a target CPA bid strategy, but for right now, it's going to be manual CPC. The other thing you can do is maximize clicks, try to get as many clicks as possible. Well, I like to use manual CPC. It gives me control. And I like to enable enhanced CPC so it'll increase bids slightly. So I think up to 20% is the way I think it's up to 20% they'll increase your bid if they think someone's more likely to convert. So daily budget, whatever you're willing to spend per day for your campaign. It really depends on how much you have total, but what you want to do in this scenario that we're doing is we're going to be testing some different campaigns against each other. So we're going to just start with a campaign budget of $15. Delivery method, you can accelerate your ads throughout the day. I like to do standard and just let them run throughout the entire day. So additional settings, so a lot of things in here. So ad rotation, you can adjust your ad rotation so you don't have to optimize. You can just rotate them indefinitely. Optimize, prefer best performing ads. That's what we usually do. Ad schedule. So let's just say you're open 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. What you can do is just do an ad schedule Monday to Friday and then do separate times here. So if I go 9 o'clock or however you want to do it, you have to go down through here. So, you can adjust that as you wish. We just keep it wide open all days, all the time. That just depends on your business for an ad schedule. Start and end date's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to set an end date, it's good best practice to set an end date just in case you forget about your campaign. So maybe set it 30 days from now. Today's the 27th, so we'll just set it December 27th. You could do none, it doesn't really matter, but we'll just set it for one full month. And then if your campaign ends and everything's off, all you have to do is adjust this end date and just make it further into the future and your campaign will pop back on. Devices. So we're going to show on all devices, but what you could do is set specific targeting for computers, mobile apps, tablets, different things like that. I like to just show on all devices. There's really no reason to separate this out unless you want to run separate mobile and desktop campaigns. You can do that. It just depends on your website, your business. Frequency capping. So I love using frequency capping. So basically you can apply a limit on the amount of impressions people see per day. So what I like to do is do 3 impressions per day for this campaign so that ads aren't following the same person around all the time. So let's just say, for example, you're seeing my ads here, my newsletter and free giveaway ad. If I don't set frequency capping here, it might show to you 10 times in a single day. And then maybe you log on the next day, it shows you another 8 times. You log on the next day, it shows another 10 times. It just starts getting annoying if people aren't clicking on it. So 3 impressions per day to me makes it good because you're not over showing it. You could increase this frequency cap, and there's different ways to kind of a little bit more advanced, but you can kind of see what the correct frequency cap is once you start getting data. So location options, they automatically target people in or who show interest in your targeted location. So if there's someone in France who's showing interest in United States that's in one of my audiences, it's going to target them. I don't want that. I just want to target people in the United States, and I just want to exclude people in the or people who are in my excluded location. So maybe to use France, maybe I say I want to target people in the United States and I want to exclude people in France. So now it'll automatically exclude those people and automatically target the people in the United States. So I like to do people in my targeted and excluded locations. I think it's better than people who are showing interest. They use this one because it expands their volume a little bit. So you're going to get your ad showing to people who might not be perfect. Campaign URL options, a little bit more advanced here. We're not going to go over tracking templates, but just good to know. Dynamic ads are definitely more advanced as well. And then content exclusions. So I'm just going to show you how I do this. So you can opt out of showing your ads on certain content. So I like to do all of these here. So just get rid of all these. I don't want my ads showing around anything sexually suggestive, profanity, sensitive social issues, tragedy and conflict. Um, and then also here with mature audiences, I'll click. And then under content type, I'll do games. I do below the fold. And then I do park domains and in video. So I don't like to show my ads on any of these types of things. You can it just depends on what your personal preferences are. You can copy mine if you want. You might want to try to learn more about each of these types of things, but that's what I do. So ad group. So our ad group is going to be an intent audience. So we're going to use in market audiences. So what I'm going to do is name my ad group in market audience. So when you're in intent audiences, there's different options you have here. So there's auto created intent audiences. So that just depends on what your campaigns are. There's custom intent audiences that you can create yourself, and then there's in-market audiences that are already created. So if we just come here and I'm just going to search marketing. So I want to reach people who have some level of interest in marketing. So some of the custom intent audiences that are auto-created are marketing plan strategies, marketing study and analysis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on all of these. So we have some different customer marketing intent audiences here, and then I want to keep coming down. They have previously used, so these are some of the ones I've used in the past. So you can click on some of these as well. These will all make sense for us. So now we have 10 different intent audiences created. They're auto-created audiences, so they pick people who they think have interests in these type of interests. And then in market audiences. So in market are people who are looking for something. So if you're in market for a car, you're looking to buy a new car. What we're going to be doing is in market audiences, anybody who's looking for advertising and marketing services. And then I also want to do anybody who's looking for sales and marketing jobs, basically because I think they'll be relevant for who we're targeting. They're definitely people who like marketing, and I just want anybody on my list who has an interest in marketing their business. So what this is showing now, we have 12 different audiences. There's 10 different intent audiences. These are auto created by AdWords. I don't have a ton of experience with these yet, but so far in my limited experience, they've done pretty well. And then there's in market audiences, so people who are actually actively looking for these types of things. So everybody we're targeting should be pretty related. What it's saying here is we have 120 million total impressions on the Google Display Network, and then it's saying what's defining your reach. So it's based on, we're targeting English, or we're targeting English here for languages, United States for locations. We have 3 impression frequency capping. We have some content exclusions where our ads won't show, and then we're targeting some of these audiences here. So that's what's defining our reach. So now what we can do is keep narrowing it down. So if we click done here, so now we're targeting 12 audiences. If we come into demographics, maybe I just say, you know what, I don't want to reach anyone 18 to 24. I want to go for an older audience. I always get rid of unknown because I don't want to reach anybody under 18. So I always get rid of unknown here. So basically what I've done now is I say everyone has to be 25 and up to see my ad. So now my impressions go down to 85 million. Everything else I can leave wide open. You might want to adjust these depending on what you're offering. And now we click done here. So now I have my demographics for 25 and up, and then my 12 intent audiences, which I love the intent and in-market audiences personally over some of the other targeting options you have available. So automated targeting, I usually keep conservative automation. Basically, if you have a bigger budget, you can do aggressive automation. So try to get as many customers as possible, or you could just do no automated targeting. So it'll limit your impressions sometimes a little bit. Ours clearly isn't going to be too much, so we'll just keep it conservative. So your enhanced CPC bid for this ad group. So whatever we're willing to bid for these audiences within these demographics. So basically, what I like to do is keep these low to begin. So maybe you start with a 50-cent bid. Since we're doing business and marketing services, it might be something that we have to increase a little bit. You can see there's some basic, they'll show, 210 to 390 weekly estimates based on our bid and our budget. So our total budget is $15 per day. So it's basically showing per week we can get about 210 to 390 clicks for an average CPC of 31 to 52 cents. Impressions go pretty high, and then click through rate. So now I'm going to upload all of my ads. Again, I have a video tutorial with ad types on the Google Display Network, so you can do that one a little bit quicker, but I'm going to upload them all now. So first we have display ads, so I'm going to go ahead and upload my display ads. You want to start with your final URL. So ours is going to be sending them to this newsletter page. Okay, so there's our final URL there. And now we're going to choose our files to upload. Okay, so if you're not familiar with display ad sizes, formats, and different things like that, if you come down here to the bottom left-hand corner and click on the supported sizes and formats link, you'll see they accept these 3 image formats. There's HTML5 ads you can upload, so those are definitely more advanced. And the maximum size is 150 kilobytes. So some of the ad sizes, what I highly recommend you do for every campaign is this 300 by 250 for sure, the 160 by 600, and the 300 by 600. The 728 by 90, and then 300 by 50 and 320 by 50 for mobile. So I highly recommend uploading those ones at a minimum, but you definitely want to add as many ad sizes as possible, because all that's going to happen with AdWords is they're going to test all these different sizes, and what you might find is if you have a billboard ad, it might be your best performing ad. If you have a big portrait ad like here, this 300 by 1050, it might be your best performing ad. So what you want to do is upload as many ads as possible. And a best practice is to upload each one of these sizes with 2 different variations. Obviously, that's very time consuming. It takes like a whole day to create that many ads, but that's definitely what you want to do. And what I usually do if I have a big budget client is I'll just use every single one of these sizes, and then I'll create 2 or 3 different variations that are similar but just slightly different. And then what AdWords is going to do is automatically serve your top performing ads. So you have nothing to lose by putting out as many ads as possible, because AdWords is going to serve them. And then as you're getting data, they're going to say, okay, this ad people are connecting with the most, they're clicking the most, and they're driving the most conversion. So that's why you want to use some of these sizes and formats, as many as possible. So what I have here is 6 total ads, 300 by 250, 300 by 600, 320 by 50, so it's a mobile ad, 300 by 50, this is a mobile ad, and then we have a 160 by 600 and a 728 by 90. You've probably seen these types of ads all over the internet, so pretty self-explanatory. When someone sees my ad, I'm going to be targeting those different audiences I showed you in the last step. So the 12 different intent and in-market audiences. They're going to see my ad. Hopefully they click through it. They go to my newsletter page and then hopefully fill out their name and email. And boom, when they click, they get to here, it's going to count as a conversion in AdWords. So pretty simple. That's kind of why you want to upload as many ads as possible and why you want to make sure you're tracking everything. So we're just going to click add to ad group here. So we have 6 ads uploaded. So in addition to your banner ads, you also want to upload responsive ads. So they're at the top here. You definitely want to use responsive ads. So we'll come in here. What you can do first is come into the images. You can upload your own images or use their image library. So what I like to use, and I'll come into my recently used here. Okay, so I like to upload 4 different total images. It's going to be 2 logos and 2 images. So the way this works is these are all different images I've uploaded in the past. So what we're going to start with is this one here. So this is a 512 by 128. It's going to be our horizontal logo. We click on it. We do use as logo, and it's going to say use logo 4 by 1, and we're going to click continue. So now we're using this as our logo 4 by 1. Next, we're going to use this 1200 by 1200 down here. So very similar to up here, just a different size, and we're going to click on it and do use as our logo, and we're going to use it as our 1 by 1 logo. So click continue. Now we have a 1200 by 628. You want to click on that. We want to use this as our image. So we don't want to use it as our square image, but we could if we do it like that. We're going to unselect this. We're going to use it as our landscape image. So again, this is 1200 by 628 and click continue. And then we have a 1200 by 1200 square image here, similar to this one, just a little bit better for square. And we're going to click on it, use as image, and we're going to use square 1 by 1, continue. So now we have 2 logos, a 4 by 1, a 1 by 1, and then 2 images. And we're just going to click save. So it automatically adds these here. And now you're going to see this preview over here is going to keep adjusting based on the images that we uploaded here. So you can kind of see what your ad looks like. And then I'm going to enter all of these headline, our short headline, our long headline, our description, our business name. And then I'll just enter our final URL now. So you want to make sure you're sending traffic to the correct page. So surfsideppc.com/newsletter. And I'm going to enter some of this ad copy here right now. And then fast forward a little bit. Okay, so I entered some ad copy here. So usually your short headline, you want it to be something quick. So download our free ebook, something that people can take action here. Long headline, maybe you explained a little bit better. So we have download our free ebook, how to promote your business online in 2018. Description, you just want to describe what it is. Discover how to promote your website or business with online marketing in 2018, exclamation point. And then business name, final URL. So that's basically it. Now we're just going to click add to ad group here. So now we have a responsive ad here at the end. So this is our responsive ad, and then we have 6 different ad units. And all we have to do now is click create campaign. And basically just to go back through it real quick. So we named our campaign free ebook offer in market audiences. Could have done intent audiences, either or. Location, language, bid strategy, manual CPC, daily budget. We have our start date, our end dates, frequency capping we set. We're going to show on all devices to people in our targeted locations. So our ad group in market, we picked 12 different audiences here. And then we picked just demographics. We just did 25 and up. Conservative automation. We're going to start with a 50-cent bid. We might bring this down or move it up depending on our overall traffic and results. Ideally, you want to keep your initial bid low for sure. And then we created 7 total ads, a responsive ad that will show in all sorts of different ad units. And then we have 6 different banner ads that will show as well. And we're just going to click create campaign. Okay, so it's going to say you're all set. You have this, they kind of go through everything again that we just did, and we're going to click continue to campaign. So if we come back to our overview screen here, come back to Surfside. Okay, so now we can see our campaign here is free ebook offer in market audiences, saying status eligible, campaign type display. Just to click on it, just to go through it real quick. So our ad group is called in market audience. If we click on our ad group, it's going to show all of our different ads that we have here. So our responsive ad, then the different display ads. And then if you come down to the left, it'll show what we're targeting. So we're not targeting any keywords. We're just targeting some of the different audiences. Okay, so here's some of the audiences that we're targeting. And as we start getting clicks and impressions and hopefully some conversions coming in, we can see which audiences are performing best for us. Maybe we see that certain audiences perform terribly. Maybe we find that this advertising and marketing services is the absolute best audience we can find. So you just kind of have to keep going through here with the audiences and see what you can get from it. So next what I want to do is show you, let's come back to our Surfside PPC campaign screen. So let's say you create that display campaign. You want to create more for the same, see which targeting works the best for you. What you're going to do is just come over to this campaign, click on it, click edit, copy, and then we're going to click edit, paste. So we're not going to pause it after pasting. We're just going to click paste. Okay, so you're going to see free ebook offer in market audiences and free ebook offer in market audiences number 2. So with number 2, I'm going to click on it and we're going to change it to placements. So I'm going to show you how placements work. So click save. And now you want to come into this audience. So I could show you kind of how this works a little bit. You want to come into this campaign. So we're in our ad group. We're going to change this to placements. If you aren't sure which campaign you're in, you can see up here free ebook offer placements. We click save. So we just have to just make sure we remove all the targeting that we had for the audiences. So we come into audiences. We're going to take all this targeting, select it all, edit, and remove. Okay, so those are all gone. Now we can come over here. We go to demographics. We can see we have the same exact demographics from our initial campaign. So that's why you want to do this. We're going to have the same exact settings from our initial campaign since we just copied and pasted it. And then our ads over here, we're going to have the same ads already as well. So all we have to do is come into placements now and click this plus arrow or plus button here and click add placements. So here's some of the different options you have for as far as placements. You can target websites, you can target YouTube channels, you could target YouTube videos, you could target specific apps, and you could target app categories. So I'm going to go through each one of these here. So to start with websites, what you can do, and this is where our Google Display Planner tutorial comes in handy like crazy. You definitely want to look at that if you're not familiar with this. But what you could do is I can come in here for websites and I can just click something like, business maybe. Maybe I want to target people who are on business related websites. And it's going to pull up all of the different websites that are on the Google Display Network. And it usually pulls them up by relevance. Obviously, we're getting some weird things here. So nothing too great here that I would want to target. But let's just say, for example, I want to target small business trends here. So all I do is click here, and now we're targeting small business trends. The small business article is in the top right. We're going to do it again. So small biz trends. So we'll target a couple of these. My top business ideas, allbusiness.com. And that should be good for right now. So we definitely would want to target more placements. What I like to do is start with at least 20 different placements as long as they're all related. So maybe we can find entrepreneur. I think this is on the Google Display Network. Sometimes you could just enter in direct websites and it'll come up. So we'll do entrepreneurresources.net. We're getting a couple different weird options here. I don't know if what our women home business, 0 million. Okay. So we'll just target a bunch of these entrepreneurship and business type websites. And what you definitely want to do is look at all these websites. So I would go into the display planner and I would look at each individual website that I'm targeting. I usually try to start with really popular websites like entrepreneur.com, you know, CNN Money, Fox News Money, Fox News Business. So some of those different types of websites I usually try to start with. But right now what we're doing is we're targeting all these websites with our ads, and all we have to do is click save. And now it's going to show all these different ads that we're targeting. Our CPC is going to be 50 cents, so we're targeting 50 cents to have our ad placed on these different websites. So that's basically what placements means. So now if we come up to the plus sign again and click add placements. Okay, so we just showed websites here. What I want to show next is YouTube channel. So you can target any YouTube channel you want with ads. So let's just say I want to target the Surfside PPC YouTube channel with my ads. So copy paste here. So all you do is take the channel URL. So I went over to Surfside PPC here. I took my channel URL at the top and I pasted it here. So now it's showing 70 videos. This is my channel. I don't know why it says no subscribers or has no image. So we click on it. So now it's YouTube channel Surfside PPC. And we just click save here. So now basically when someone comes in and let's say someone comes in and watches my YouTube advertising tutorial, their ad might show along the right hand side here. So let me skip this ad. Their ad might show along the right hand side here. It might also come up alongside the bottom of the video depending on. So there you go. There's an ad here. So Cisco. Here's another one. Go Data Feed. So these are actually targeted on the display network. So when you target a YouTube channel, so let's say you target Surfside PPC, when you target it, your ad will show up here. So this might be a 728 by 90 that was just made a little bit smaller. You might get a responsive ad here. This is a 300 by 250 ad. So this is probably a retargeting ad, but Cisco, they might be targeting my channel, or they might be targeting an audience where they're saying, let's target anybody who has, interest in marketing. So I'm getting the ad. So basically, if someone targets my channel here, and you can see Surfside PPC YouTube channel, you can have your banner ad show as people are watching videos. So this is a good way to also target. And then you can also target individual videos. So maybe you want to target this YouTube advertising campaign tutorial rather than my whole channel. You just come in here, you would remove the channel, which I'm not going to do, but you would click add placements, targeting YouTube videos, and then just enter the URL and it'll just pop up. And you can do this, go on YouTube, pull up, I've taken hours to build these types of campaigns where you go on YouTube, you find the top 50 videos, you enter them, you go on YouTube, you find 10 channels that are related. So we'll click save here, add this. So now we have a YouTube video. So I've built campaigns like that on YouTube where you're targeting, like I would come in, I would target this video, or maybe I just target Jerry Banfield's whole channel. I might target Daryl Wilson's whole channel, Sean Bagheri's whole channel. So I would try to target all these different channels, online marketing essentials, or individual videos depending on who made them and what they are. And you just come in here and you keep targeting them. So right now we have a bunch of websites we're targeting. We have some YouTube, or a YouTube channel, one of our YouTube videos. So we click add placements. The next two things are going to be mobile apps and mobile app categories. So under apps, you can target individual apps. So let's just put weather. We'll get some type of weather app will show up here, I'm sure. So let's say I want to target AccuWeather live forecast app. You just click on AccuWeather and you click save. So now our ads are going to show into this ad here. Oh, I guess it's AccuWeather, not AccuWeather, by Best Friends. So now our ads are going to show into this mobile app. Again, a best practice here is to see where the ads are placed and to open the mobile app yourself and just see what it looks like. So we'll click plus again, click add placements, and rather than targeting individual mobile apps, what I prefer to do is actually target mobile app categories. So you just come into app categories. You can choose between Google Play, the Apple App Store, or Windows Phone apps. So let's just say I go into Google Play, we'll target business. And we'll go into the Apple App Store and target business. Maybe we'll target education too. So we'll click save. Actually, education is probably going to be a lot for kids, so we'll do business and click save. So now basically when we're targeting these app categories, when someone opens up the entrepreneur app to read something on their phone, or when someone opens up uh, maybe a business category, maybe like a finance type app. I know they have finance down here, but maybe they open up Yahoo Finance or something like that. It might fall into this business category, and then we can target them with our ads. Okay, so now we're targeting the different sites, YouTube channel, mobile apps, and app categories. So what we want to do next is I want to show you keywords over here. So we're going to come over to the campaign screen again. All right, so the last thing I want to show you here is keywords. So there's just another targeting option you have. So what we're going to do is copy and paste our placements, our new campaign that we just created. So we're going to edit, copy, edit, paste. And the good thing about copying and pasting your campaigns is you can keep all the same settings, ads, everything like that. So we'll click paste here. Okay, so if you see down here, we have our placements number 2. So we're going to unselect everything, rename it to keywords rather than placements number 2. Okay, so we come into Okay, so we come into our campaign. We're just gonna have to do the same thing we did last time. So we're gonna have to click on the ad group and then remove the placement targeting. You want to make sure you remove that targeting. So that's really important. Otherwise, what it's going to be doing is you're going to be targeting just those placements where the keywords also match. So you don't want to do that. You can layer targeting, but I like to layer demographics with some of the like interest categories and some of the keyword targeting and placement targeting. You can definitely layer targeting though as you go. Okay, so we have our ad group here. We're just going to click on it and we're going to come into placements and remove all of them. All right, so we're just going to come in here to all the placements and make sure we remove them. So we'll remove placements here. And now I want to show you how keyword targeting works. So keyword is going to be more contextual. It's not anything people are actually typing in. What it's going to be is it's going to match your keywords to specific web pages, websites, things like that. So if you're typing in a keyword, for example, let's say I'm doing, online business promotion or promote your business. So I'm going to do a few here. So we'll do marketing your business, online marketing for your business, business internet marketing, website marketing. So these are all keywords that would be related to what I'm offering, things like that. So maybe website traffic, so things like that. So let's just say I'm doing all of these different keywords here, and you can enter your website here or a product or service, and they'll bring up keyword ideas that are similar. So if I did, or let's do marketing your business. Okay. So if you do that, it should pull up some keyword ideas. Right now, it's not pulling them up for me, but uh, basically what I'm doing is I'm going to be targeting these different keywords here, and you can separate them out by ad groups. So I could do website traffic in a different ad group, website marketing a different ad group, things like that. Um, but all you have to do is just enter the keywords you want to target here. They're all going to be, there's no modifiers, like you don't have to put a plus sign or brackets or anything like that. It's completely different than the search network. It's going to show, here you go. Keywords can trigger your ad to show when people view related content on YouTube, websites, or apps. So, for example, if I'm targeting something like growth hacking, a keyword like that, it's not that someone's actually typing in growth hacking into the Google search engine or anywhere online. It's not like they're going to some search engine website and typing in growth hacking. Basically, what's happening is someone's on a website that's saying 10 growth hacking tips to market your business online, then hopefully my ad shows on that type of website. But basically, Google is going to basically tie all of these keywords to specific web pages, videos, apps, websites, things like that, and your ad will show based on the keyword that you're targeting. It's not anything else different than that. It's contextually based. So we have all these keywords here. We're just going to click save. Oh, you got to select an ad group here. So I still have it placements. I'll go back and make sure I change that. So you could do audience here, so you could show ads to people likely to be interested in these keywords and also on web pages and apps. So that's recommended, or just on content. So audience is a fairly new setting. You can see here. So once I selected my ad group, so I guess that's why it wouldn't pull up any keyword ideas for me. So what you can do is start adding some keywords here. So promoting your small business. So we'll just add all of these. All right, perfect. So let's go through, make sure they're all related. Okay, so social media marketing tips, different things like that to promote your small business. So it's not going to be perfect, but basically what it's going to do is it's going to show ads to people who have interest in these types of keywords, and also on the different websites. So we'll keep that. We'll click save down here. So now we have all of our different keywords here. Let me just come back up into ad group and change the name to keywords. So keywords, and we'll click save. So the other thing you can do is you can create a Gmail campaign or remarketing campaign. Again, I have those tutorials like I mentioned earlier, but now what we have, and this is kind of how I set up my display campaign. So we have one campaign that's targeting audiences, one campaign that's targeting keywords, one campaign that's targeting placements, and you just want to keep building out these campaigns, running them at similar budget types. So let's say your daily budget's just $30 a day. You can just bring this right down to $10 daily budget. Oh, didn't change. Just bring it right down to $10 daily budget, all of them. So now you have a $30 daily budget. It's going to be split between these three campaigns, and you can ensure that all of your, you're going to have $10 spent a day on placements. You're going to have $10 a day spent on keywords, $10 a day spent on in-market audiences. Maybe you want to try a retargeting campaign. I would definitely recommend doing that. And maybe you want to try a Gmail campaign. I'd recommend doing that too. So we have a different Gmail campaign down here. I would maybe try to make that into one as well. And then if you run them all at $10 a day and you just see what's driving you the most conversions at the lowest cost, then you know where to keep continuing to spend your budget. So hopefully that helps you with display campaigns. What I want to do is have an advanced version where we're running these campaigns for a little bit, and I actually go back and optimize the campaigns and things like that to kind of show you how to actually get the most out of everything. So this is how we're doing it. All of our ads are the same. All of our campaign settings are the same. The only thing that we really changed is going to be our audiences. And then you just want to keep watching. So like your bids. So we have a 50-cent bid for everything that we're doing. You might start to see, okay, I'm spending my entire budget for, your keywords campaign in the first 12 hours of the day. Maybe you lower your bids a little bit. Maybe you can't spend your budget, so you increase your bids or try to add different targeting. So that's just kind of how you adjust that. You could adjust your budget as you go. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Hopefully this campaign tutorial was helpful for display advertising. I know it's a little long, but we went through a ton here today, so it's my tutorials are a little bit long, but they're definitely helpful. So thanks for joining us. Make sure you subscribe, share our videos. It's always helpful, and we appreciate all your support.